Hey, what's up, gamers? Welcome back. It's the professional podcast. Very professional. Like, there's nothing more professional than us. Especially Roz.
Hey man, I didn't know I was coming here to get disrespected.
You invited it, let's be honest.
Well, did I really?
Yeah. I've never seen a more professional display than you in the last 24 hours.
You know what? That is fair. I'm not gonna lie.
Um,
I'll let it slide this time.
you don't have the right to tell me to let it slide because it's your fault.
I'm letting myself slide.
Okay. So Roz, you have a big life event coming up.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell the people about it?
Yeah. So this Saturday, 3 days after this episode comes out, I will be officially moving into college. At Virginia Commonwealth University, aka VCU, and I'm very excited. I've been excited for a while. The prospect of college has always been so, like, it's always just been so huge in terms of like where I was envisioning my future, and now I'm finally getting a chance to live out that experience. Just in 5 days from now when we're recording this. So I'm really excited, and I can't wait to see like what the future holds in terms of where I go and what I do and all that stuff. So I'm pumped.
Yeah, I'm sure it's probably a really surreal feeling because like it's really the first time. I know for a lot of kids, this August that's going to be the case. Like leaving their hometown for the first time, or not like you know what I mean by leaving, like living somewhere else.
Yeah.
Well, because you've obviously been like all over the world, but I meant like you haven't lived. I guess you technically have.
Yeah, I lived in Dubai for almost 2 years.
Yeah, but most kids, it's like this is their first time they're leaving their hometown to live somewhere else.
Yeah, and like you're by yourself, like technically
that's
by
another
yourself,
thing too. Like
no parents, no siblings, no family.
You have no like. I guess you don't have no safety net, but your decisions are your decisions now.
Yeah, complete and utter independence
and
for the first time.
Yeah, and that's kind of like what. That's kind of the most exciting prospect about going away to college is for most people. Because it's like... Because, yes, you've lived outside of the country before, but this is the first time you're going to be like... This is your own, like, your life now.
Yeah.
Really.
Hashtag adulting.
You're not ready.
I mean...
I could see... I could tell you're not, but...
We'll see. I'll prove you wrong, brother.
No, I don't know. That's the thing, because I don't think you're ready, but I know you can make yourself ready very fast. So I feel like that's not a problem.
That's true. I can totally see it taking a few days or like a week or so to be like, oh shit, this is how things are now. Oh
shit. I was going to say here we go again, but it's not really... There's no again. It's the first time.
Aw shit, here we go.
There you go. Yeah.
It's like on some Heath Ledger Joker type shit. And here we go.
Is that how you feel right now? Is that the mood, Heath Ledger Joker?
Yeah, that is the mood.
Is
honestly. Well, I mean, okay, well, not specifically. Just that line.
Let's think about what let's think about what we say before we say it.
Well, I was thinking about the line, and you got me fucked up.
I didn't say. You said it. I didn't even bring up Heath Ledger's Joker. You did that. Whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
can we not? Government Raza is not gonna threaten anyone's life at VCU. Hopefully.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, Raj, you should probably say that, not me, because
I solemnly swear I am up to good. The line is I solemnly swear I'm up to no good, but then I realize that's not what I want to be saying.
Yeah,
so
Raj, you're just digging yourself.
I am just an innocent young man living his best life.
Yeah. So, what about this to you has been the most exciting part? Like, because obviously you haven't moved in yet, but like, are you more nervous, excited? How you feeling?
Um, there's definitely elements of both nerves and excitement, but as time has progressed, especially since graduation back in June, I've progressively gotten more and more and more excited to the point where in the last like couple of weeks I've just been like so ready to go. And the nerves, I think what helped the nerves go away a little bit was going to orientation a month ago.
I feel like that's the point of orientation.
Yeah,
Real,
because
that's
like,
one of the points.
yeah, because like, you know, you get to meet people who, you know, you might be sharing classes with or residence halls with, and then you get to walk around campus, get a feel for things, get integrated into what it's like to be a student there. So all that kind of helped the nerves go away. I didn't have that many nerves to begin with because I don't get nervous easily because I am the greatest. But yeah, now it's just like all excitement, and especially like now that I have everything ready to go, you know, like all the dorm essentials and stuff like that. And my roommate is one of my good friends from high school, so that should be that helps as well, because a lot of people get nervous because they don't know who their roommate is, or they're nervous about getting a bad roommate. But for me, I was like, no, I'm going to bypass all that bullshit. I'd rather be with someone who's a good friend of mine.
Actually, I've been told.
Yeah, everyone says it's a bad idea. I call bullshit on that one.
Really?
You know what,
well,
I've
I guess
noticed?
We'll find
the
out.
only people who say it's a bad idea to do anything except for go random are females. So you know what that tells me?
Be careful with this next sentence.
They cannot trust each other. I've said that. They have trust issues.
I think everyone has trust issues, right?
Yes, but women more than anyone else. If you're best friends with someone for like 4 years and you can't live with them, I see that as some sort of an issue.
I'm not gonna make any claims. Roz, you can dig yourself in your own hole. But yeah, I have been told rooming with friends is a bad idea. Although I will say, going random does not sound like a good idea either. Personally, if you're going random, you're completely like putting. All right, when you go random, any preferences you have are getting ignored because they don't know what your preferences are because you went random.
Well, I mean, for us, it was like you filled out like a survey, and then people with similar answers and like similar responses, you got like recommended, and then you could choose it from there. If you go completely random, then you're fucked.
Yeah, because like if you know you prefer a certain type of room, or you want a room with a certain person or type of people, do not go fully random because you are just screwing yourself. And you're just going to be unhappy, you're going to be miserable. Like, if you're miserable with your dorm mates, you're going to have a terrible time. Yeah. So, don't go random. Just don't do it. So you're, like, you're ready. I feel like...
Well, I would sure as hell hope that I'm ready with less than a week to go.
Yeah, because I feel like once it gets close, it's like, come on, just get here already, you know? It's like, just get here. Like, the anticipation's kind of, like, the worst part. But, yeah.
Well, I'm also, like, enjoying my last few days at home, you know, spending all the time I can with my friends who are going to other schools, spending a lot of time with my family before, you know, I stop seeing them so often.
Yeah.
So I am taking in and soaking in and enjoying these last few days at home, but at the same time, I am also just like, I want to get there already.
Yeah, going on that Raza farewell tour.
On some Kobe Bryant. You ain't Kobe, they don't love you like that.
Except that I don't think people, like, when you think about it, it's like they don't realize, like, you actually do come home a bit.
Yeah, you know? and I'll come home after like 2 weeks because I plan on coming home for Labor Day weekend, because that is also it's not my birthday weekend. It's the weekend before my birthday, and I wanted to be here for that. So,
yeah, we start. That's a difference. You start like the 20th, right? You said
my classes start on the 20th, which is
we don't.
Pretty absurd. Most people won't even have moved in by the 20th.
Yeah,
but that also means I get out earlier for like winter break and
that's true.
And then eventually summer. And our winter break is actually like 5 weeks long. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't even start. We start the 3rd at my school, which is after Labor Day. We start after Labor Day weekend.
Damn, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's what we always. That's. I feel like that's more of a northern thing, because that's how my high schools always did it. That's how the elementary school did it. Like we never started in August ever, not once. It just never happened. We'd always do it after Labor Day. That's just, I don't know. Maybe that's just how we do it. Maybe parts of the country are different. I hear like the Midwest and South, they always start early, like August, but we never did that in New York. Yeah, I just find that interesting. I don't know why some schools start that early, and I don't know why schools start that late.
I mean, I guess it's just a matter of school to school, right? Because it's not like in high school where you have like districts or counties which all follow the same calendar.
Yeah, but that's the thing, because like my school now does it too. I'm not in high school anymore.
I always, in my mind, growing up with older siblings who I saw like go off to college and stuff like that, it was like they always started like several weeks before I did, and now it's like
not the case. Or
now it's like I start school like a week before the same week that my alma mater of a high school starts school. So I'm like, all right, well,
yeah, it's weird. But yeah, you're moving in the 17th. I was gonna, I don't know. I guess I'll say it now, like, because I didn't really think about it until like last night now. But the 17th, for me, is also an important date. I'm not moving anywhere, but that's IWH's birthday, first birthday.
Woo!
We're gonna have something special for that. This will be way before the 17th. So, Ian, I know you're editing this right now. You need to edit other stuff too, just saying. No spoilers. But yeah, that's, I'm excited for that as well. I just can't believe it's already been a year for IWH.
Yeah, I'm happy for you guys. I'm really happy for you guys.
Yeah, we worked hard to get there, for sure. I hope this show can reach a year. We're already at 6 weeks.
6 weeks, yeah.
So, I mean, that's nothing to
52.
53, really, but... Hey, man.
Oh, we'll get there.
Hopefully, that's the goal. All right, so enough of the boring life stuff that's not comedy, and we are a comedy show, so we have to be funny. Or though, if we're not funny,
unless.
Thanks, Roz. Thanks for the comedy. Yeah, but if we're not funny, they'll move our podcast topic. We don't want that, so we got to be funny, Roz.
All right,
I don't know how funny this is gonna be. But
yeah, I just realized.
But Roz and we were talking last night, and actually, Ian ironically came up with this. I know I already referenced him, but he did come up with this, and I decided it could be topical and we could tie it in. Jeffrey? Is it Epstein or?
Jeffrey Epstein.
Jeffrey Epstein. There's a lot of. He obviously committed suicide. The report is he committed suicide in his cell. We're not going to get into if that actually happened or not. Trust me, this is going to make sense.
Yeah, but some people have been presuming that it was murder, not suicide.
Yes,
because there's no proof of either.
So here's what we came up with. We're going to talk about our favorite all-time conspiracy theories, not necessarily this. because I feel like I just don't want to. I just don't want to do that right now. What you can believe whatever you want to believe about that situation. I won't hold it against you, but we're not gonna give our takes on that here. We're here to be funny. That's not very funny.
Yeah.
So Roz, what is your favorite all-time conspiracy theory?
All time. Okay, for a long time in my life, I was under the firm belief that we had never been to the moon. Because, like, I always thought there was a lot of evidence against it. Like, we've all seen the picture of the American flag, like, waving on the moon, but, like, that would be impossible for the American flag to be waving in outer space. But what changed my mind on that was a few weeks ago was the 50th anniversary of said moon landing. And there was a lot of special stuff going on here in DC, and like seeing everything and just seeing everyone come together in like for such a celebration of what was allegedly, apparently, like something absolutely monumental in this country. I was like, I feel like there's no way this could have been actually faked. And then like another thing that I always said was, if we went 50 years ago, why haven't we been back since? And then they were like, oh, we're going back in 2024. And I was like, okay, well
they can't, they're not going to fake the 2024 one. I don't think the moon landing's fake, personally. I feel like we did.
I don't think it's fake anymore.
What made you think it was?
Like originally? I said, there was just like evidence against it. And like it was just a philosophy I carried for a long time. So maybe the way it started was I just wanted to be an edgy 10-year-old kid.
as most do.
Yeah.
So no fault there.
Yeah, I literally remember doing a project on the moon landing when I was younger, and I was like, this is so cool. And then it's like the SpongeBob narrator, a few years later. I'm just like, yeah, that shit was fake. Bullshit.
No, I don't think the moon landing's fake. I feel like I get the thinking why that would be a thought. Just like based on the situation and the time we were in and the context of how important going to space was. I do get it, but at the same time, I don't think it was fake. Maybe, like, because I'm sure some people said, oh, we just faked it to make Russia, look worse than
scared,
us.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't think so.
Another one of my big things was that there's this clip of President John F. Kennedy in 1961.
The JFK conspiracy.
No. This. I'll get into that later. This still has to do with the moon landing.
Oh, okay.
JFK said in 1961, that was, I believe, a couple years after Sputnik went into space. Mm-hmm. I think Sputnik was like 58 or 59. So in 1961, John F. Kennedy said that he promised that by the end of the decade, the United States will put a man on the moon. Now, what happened 2 years later, after 1961?
Just that?
No, John F. Kennedy got shot.
Oh, how is that the time?
No. Okay. So America, feeling dejected and losing the space race, wanted to fulfill one of the promises from President John F. Kennedy.
Raz, you think it's real?
And the end of the decade was approaching when man went onto the moon in 1969. So that was another piece of evidence. No. That was another piece of evidence. You just said you believed
it is real, and
yeah,
now you're
I
doing
do.
This.
I'm saying that was another piece of evidence I had to prove people wrong back in the day. Now I've just given in. Now I've just given in. See, but you can't tell me that's not convincing.
No, it's not at all, actually. That's ass. That's terrible. That did not sell me the other way at all, Roz. That was really shit. I wish you didn't even say that. Alright. So my I think the most interesting and probably just wrong popular conspiracy theory is the Paul McCartney's actually dead one.
Yeah.
That one's so garbage.
Yeah, that's just like...
If you don't know what that one is, they basically... Man, I had to look it up. Make sure I don't get this wrong. This article kind of stinks. Hold on. They said Paul McCartney he died
in the 60s.
Yeah, he died in 1966. And ever since then he was replaced by a lookalike, and that's been Paul McCartney that we know. That's
like that conspiracy theory that was on Twitter a couple years ago, saying Avril Lavigne was actually dead and she was replaced by a lookalike. Do you remember that?
I actually don't, but that is the same thing, really.
Do you really not remember that? That thread got so big. It's like Avril Lavigne is dead and was replaced by some girl named Melissa. And there was, like, actually decent evidence to prove that might have been a legitimate thing.
That's just not true. Like, it's just...
Yeah, of course it's not true. And Paul McCartney is still alive.
This shit just didn't happen. Paul McCartney did not die in 1966.
Yeah. It was literally yesterday.
What if, it's just kind of a funny thought. It's like, what if these are actually real? Like, what if Paul McCartney actually did die in 1966?
Yeah, what if Tupac actually is in Cuba?
No, that one I actually kind of believe. I don't think Tupac dead, to be honest with you.
Low key, that's a convincing one. You think Jaws in Cuba?
No, Jaws dead.
Rip Jaw. LLJ, baby.
How about the reptilian elite conspiracy theory?
Oh, like the government is reptiles?
Yeah, pretty much.
No, I never got behind that.
That one's kind of just weird, you know?
What about the Princess Diana was murdered?
That's a popular one too.
I like that one.
What do you mean you like that one?
No, I'm saying like I like its chances of being true more than others. Because Diana was somewhat of a controversial figure.
Yeah. That one, I don't know. I mean, I don't really believe it. I'm not a big conspiracy theory person. Like, I don't really believe a lot of them, you know?
What's your favorite one of all time?
I don't really... My favorite one? Like, it depends on what you mean by favorite.
Like, you know? What is the one that you're most into, subscribe to the most?
Well, think it's true?
Yeah.
Out of all of them, probably Tupac being alive.
That's fair.
I think that one's probably man, we're gonna get killed for that. Yeah, I kind of believe that one. Because the other ones you have because there's so many government caused ones. Like the Area 51 in itself is just this big conspiracy.
I was just about to say we're gonna get a lot of answers when we raid Area 51.
We're not. We are not. Can we stop?
So to any and all listeners, call up your brothers, call up your sisters, your friends in arms, and don't forget to raid Area 51 on September 20th, 2019.
I cannot believe you just did this.
Speaking of Area 51, what do you think about aliens?
What do I think about aliens?
Are they real? Do they exist? Have they made contact with us?
I feel like I've always thought the universe was just so vast and infinite and big that, yeah, there's definitely other life out there. But, what we perceive as aliens, I don't know about that. Because, we perceive aliens, we think of, the Hollywood movies, you know?
Well, yeah, I guess we think anything that's something we haven't seen on Earth is an alien. It could be anything.
When most people think alien, they just see, the fucking Predator, you know?
Or, the alien from Alien.
the A. Lamau meme.
Or that dude, yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't know if there's anything like that out there, but I feel like it is possible there's other life on the universe. I mean, why couldn't there be?
Like, we if the universe is really as infinite as they say, I feel like there's no way that we're the only people out here. Like, the only forms of intelligent life.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way, because people that are smarter than us have said, yeah, the universe is infinite. Like, there's multiple universes, and there's multiple, planets. One of these planets definitely got to have life on it, right?
Maybe not in our solar system.
Maybe not in our solar system, but, like, in other universes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to be the case. Like, it's just... There's just so much we don't know about that stuff. And I feel like the best guess is, yeah, there probably is. Have they made content?
We're going to find answers when we raid Area 51.
Raz, I'm not raiding Area 51.
What if they have made contact with us, but we're too stupid to understand them?
That could easily have happened to... Like, not stupid, we just don't recognize it,
Yeah. I mean, we always say, is there intelligent life? What if they're, like, way more intelligent than we are?
I mean, that'd still be intelligent life.
I know, but, like, they're so much more intelligent that it's like...
Well,
we're like, what the fuck?
Intelligence can't really be measured, because say they are intelligent, but they come to Earth and they don't know what the fuck they're doing, then they don't look so intelligent. And we wouldn't know what the fuck going on either. So it's like, it's not really an intelligence thing. We just don't understand,
Yeah.
I feel like it's definitely possible, though. Like, just based on just the facts we have. Like, just making guesses based on the facts we have. There has to be, right?
Based on the facts, yeah, probably.
Dude, if you're from another universe listening to this, A. Lamau.
Yeah, A. Lamau.
Are there any other conspiracy theories you wanna cover, Roz?
I think there's a lot of good conspiracy theories surrounding the Kennedy assassination.
Well, now
it's controversial.
Let me ask you this before you start. Do you want the CIA on your ass?
I mean, they're right down the street from me.
Yeah, that is true. Roz, you do live near DC, so that's not a very far drive for them to silence you.
Maybe, but yes, there are conspiracy theories about Kennedy's assassination. Some of them relate to, Lyndon B. Johnson, who was vice president at the time. Some of them relate to Russia or Cuba. But I just subscribe to the one that says there was more than one shooter present in Dallas that day. It wasn't just Lee Harvey Oswald. I think it was like an actual planned thing, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there was just one shooter.
See, I could see that. Like, I don't think that's ridiculous. Because, I mean, the government back in that time, some really shady shit.
Yeah.
Like, the government did a lot of shady dealings back then, so...
There were people, like, in the cars around Kennedy who got shot separate from John F. Kennedy, who was shot twice. So, like, how is that possible if
there's only one shooter?
Well, not necessarily one shooter, but a lot of shots coming in from a lot of different directions.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it happened so long ago. Maybe it's not so controversial now, but...
And then there's that there's that picture, that iconic picture of the person with the umbrella. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't think
It
so.
was it was from the Zapruder film of the Kennedy assassination. Which, if you do you know what that is?
No.
Well, it's a film of Kennedy's assassination, essentially.
Okay.
Like the live video.
Oh, the recording.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And there was like this dude who was there, and he was like in an all black suit with this black umbrella, and he was there when Kennedy got shot, like right there when Kennedy got shot, and he's just chilling there with like an umbrella, and he like pointed it towards like JFK as he was getting shot, probably to protect himself from bullet. Don't ask me how an umbrella would protect you from a bullet, but and then after the shooting, he walked up towards, and I think into the building that Kennedy was shot from, which was the Texas School Book Depository.
Mm-hmm.
So people love that theory, like that guy was like a government worker or something like that.
I don't. That's just like my arm hurts from that reach. Honestly.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, that's a reach. That's definitely a reach.
There was also a girl in like a babushka.
Why does that matter?
Because Russians, bruh.
Raz, my arm is gonna fall off if you keep reaching.
Why would there be, during the time of utmost hatred between the United States and Russia, why would there just be someone in a babushka?
Dude.
She was holding a camera, taking pictures of the assassination.
How much longer are you gonna push this for, Roz?
I'm just saying that is also, there's a lot of good theories with that, and that's the point I was trying to make with that.
I'm just stop you there. You're just going too far. All right, man. I can't even imagine how people felt when they saw. Like, I couldn't imagine the president dying. You know?
Yeah.
Like that. That's insane.
And it's happened 4 times in our history.
Yeah, but JFK was the last one that got killed. I know Reagan got shot.
Yeah, Reagan was the last one who was assassinated. Sorry, Kennedy was the last one who was assassinated.
Reagan did not get assassinated.
Yeah, assassinated presidents would be Kennedy, McKinley, Abraham Lincoln, and someone else. I think Chester Arthur.
No one remembers Chester Arthur. Yeah, I mean, like, just thinking about it, it's just, I couldn't even imagine the culture shock.
Yeah.
Not really culture, just, like, the response to that. I don't know. I don't want to insinuate that thought, so we're going to move on. So we're going to move on. We had one more thing to talk about, which I guess I'll introduce because it's kind of my thing. So
it is your thing.
For the last couple, man, how many has it been? Let me look. Like 2 months-ish. I've been watching a movie on Sunday every Sunday. It's kind of like, because I wanted
a movie on Sunday every Sunday.
Yeah. I mean,
okay. Yeah. Sorry. That just.
It sounded weird, but that is kind of, it's right. I mean, that's what happens. Yeah. It's kind of just like something I wanted to do to like focus my mind on something that's not like this or work or something, you know?
Yeah. So
I've watched some pretty good movies. I've shown Raza the list. I watched the most recent one. Was yesterday when we were recording this, but I watched Inglourious Bastards, which
that is a movie.
Thank you, Roz, for the analysis.
Well, yeah, I'm saying like that is a great movie.
Yeah, it is. It was. I've given 3 of the movies I've watched 10s. That is one of the 10s. I'll share my rankings. So, number 1 for me, my 3 10s are Pulp Fiction, Inglourious Bastards, and The Dark Knight. Those are all 10s.
Was that your first time seeing The Dark Knight?
All the way through, yeah.
Like the Sunday that you watched it?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Interesting. Okay.
Well, I've watched scenes, but I haven't watched it all the way through.
All right.
I have my 9 out of 10 is Into the Spider-Verse. That for me, that is a solid 9. That is a good movie.
Great movie.
I was Scarface, which I gave an 8.5.
I would give Scarface higher than an 8.5.
I don't know.
But I'm also biased because my dad is like a huge Scarface fan, so that might influence my bias a little bit.
I think 8.5 is fair. I mean, that's not low.
Yeah, it's not. That's still high praise.
I don't know. I just feel like Scarface. It is good. It's a good movie. They just really didn't. For me, there's some things I wish were touched on more. Like, I guess they set up his best friend marrying his sister and all, but they didn't. They insinuated it, but like he just shows up to their house and they're married.
Yeah,
and that was kind of weird to me.
I mean, the element of thematic supply.
Oh, I brought this up to you last night. So about Inglourious Bastards, and my like biggest question was like, if the officer was just gonna turn, right? Because spoiler alert for 10-year-old movie. If the officer was so. They have a Gestapo office. Is he Gestapo? I feel like he's Gestapo officer, right? Or is he just...
yeah.
I think so.
Pretty
so
much.
he, like... You see him throughout the movie. You'll know who I'm talking about. So he finds out this famous German actress turned on the country, whatever. And then he kills her in his office. But then he just turns anyway. So why did he kill the actress? There was no point. He let the plan go on. So he just killed that actress for no reason.
It's sending a message, I suppose.
Up to who? There was no reason. Because like it made sense at the time, but then he turned. But so it didn't matter. It just didn't make sense to me, but it's still a 10. It wasn't going to be a 10. I was probably going to give it like a 9, 9.5 until the climax of the movie,
which is insane.
Which is, oh my god, it's unbelievable. So it got a 10 for me. I watched 42, which I gave an 8.
That's another great movie.
It is a great movie.
A movie I feel like everyone should watch.
Yes.
Just to understand the history of America.
I think it is historically really, really accurate. It was shot well. The cinematography is great. It looks very realistic to the time. You can learn some stuff about Jackie Robinson that maybe isn't common knowledge. It's a great movie. 8 from me. No Country for Old Men's another one I've watched. I gave it a 7.5.
I feel like that might be a little bit low.
I don't know. It was just really weird. There's some parts about it that were like kind of weird. Like why the guy has such a fucking hard-on for killing the other dude over money. Like it just didn't make sense. Like he could just give the money back. And why he didn't give the money back, who knows? Did he kill his wife? I don't know, never said. I guess maybe he did.
But like, unless?
Really, Roz? It does have the classic scene with all the cars, though.
Yeah.
Which was recreated in GTA, if you remember.
I do remember that.
Yeah, they recreated it in GTA. And my least favorite movie that I've watched it's actually, you might get mad at me because it's Taxi Driver. I gave it a 7. So I've not watched anything lower than a 7. To me, Taxi Driver is just weird.
It's a
good movie. It's just,
I mean,
there's just parts of it I don't. I don't know why. Like, why did he go to the speech at the end?
Is that really why you gave it a 7 out of 10?
No, but that's just one of the things. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's considered to be like one of the greatest movies ever.
It's so is Rosebud. Or what's it? That's not called a Rosebud, is it?
It's not the point.
Yeah.
I just think Taxi Driver is definitely higher than a
The
7
only
out of 10.
other what scene could you tell me? What scene could you recreate in your mind other than the you talking to me scene?
Oh, well, I was gonna say you talking to me.
Yeah, exact. Other than the you talking to me scene, what other scene really stuck with you, Roz?
It's not about that.
Yeah, that's my point. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Roz. It's not as good as you remember. It's good, it's just not all-time classic, as some people would think. And the girl just, like... I don't understand the relationship there, either. It's just weird. It's just not... It's... I was going to say it's probably Robert De Niro's best work. It's definitely not.
It's up there.
No, I'd say Raging Bull is, but... Taxi Driver, it is good. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. It's not a bad movie. It's just... Some people think it's a classic, and I don't personally think so. You know?
It's fair enough, but, like... I guess. Fair enough.
Because the only scene anyone knows is you talking to me.
Well, I mean, that's an iconic, like, one of the most iconic.
It is an iconic scene and all, but, I mean, so is Tony Montana getting shot in the back and falling into the pool.
Yeah.
You know? So is the Say What Again scene in Pulp Fiction, you know? Like, these are all classic scenes.
Yeah. Or anything
movies.
the Joker says in The Dark Knight.
Any scene with Heath Ledger involved in The Dark Knight. Or the climax in Inglourious Basterds. Like, these are all classic scenes. Yeah. From better movies.
That's fair. So, I wanted to give you some, maybe, suggestions.
Oh, you wanted to yeah, okay, you could recommend. How many do you want to recommend?
Well, I just had a couple that, like, came to my head. I want to ask you some questions.
Okay.
This has now become an interrogation.
It couldn't be an interview. It has to be an interrogation.
So, yeah. Okay. So, you've seen 2 of Tarantino's more critically acclaimed films.
Yeah.
So, I wanted to ask you, what Tarantino films have you not seen? Excluding Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, because I know you don't like going to the movies.
That's brand new.
Yeah.
Which,
honestly, by the way, I think is a good movie. So when it comes out, I saw it about a week ago, and I feel like it's a movie that will divide audiences who watch it of people who are like, "Oh wow, that was a fucking boring ass movie," and people who are like, "It was good." In my opinion, to get the most out of it, you have to have an understanding of like the elements. The true elements of the story they're trying to tell, which, by the way, I didn't. At the time, going into the movie, I was completely blind about it. So I think that you should have, like, to get more or the most out of the movie, you need to understand the true elements of the story, which involve the Manson murders and the murder of actress Sharon Tate.
All right, okay.
You should watch that movie when it comes out.
This is one of those movies that's like, it's either like you love it or hate it. There's no middle.
Yeah, like I was reading all the reviews, all the stuff on Reddit, and people were either like, "Wow, Tarantino does it again," or people were like, "I just wasted 3 hours." And then you can understand both sides of the story, because like there are parts of the plot that like kind of drag on.
This was not what we were talking about.
I know, but like I'm saying, worth a watch if you want to at some point or another. Speaking of Tarantino, have you seen Kill Bill?
Either one?
Okay,
no.
You should at least watch Kill Bill 1, which, in my opinion, might be better than Pulp Fiction.
Really?
Yes.
Better than Pulp Fiction? That's hard. Pulp Fiction is...
Pulp Fiction is one of the greatest movies.
Yeah,
of
that's
our time.
that's a masterpiece.
Yeah, it's literally a masterpiece. But Kill Bill might be... I think Kill Bill is just fucking sick. Like, genuinely.
I'll definitely have to look into Kill Bill. Are there any other Tarantino movies you'd recommend?
Kill Bill Volume 2.
Great, thanks, Bryce. What else you got for me other than Tarantino movies?
Well, when D-Mix was on the show, I talked about Christopher Nolan.
He is a great director, yeah.
So, are there any big Nolan films that you have not seen? Like Inception, Shutter Island, stuff like that?
I've seen Inception. It has been a long time, so I could probably rewatch Inception and get something out of it. Shutter Island.
That's my third favorite movie of all time.
Yeah, I know. Shutter Island I've never seen.
That's a great movie. How about Interstellar?
Yes, I've seen Interstellar. Interstellar is incredible.
Have you seen Memento?
No.
Okay, that movie will fuck you up.
Memento?
Like, it's a total mindfuck.
I feel like a lot of Nolan movies are.
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of his thing.
Or like The Prestige. Have you seen The Prestige?
No.
With Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman.
Haven't.
That is another mindfuck movie. Like, the end of that movie, literally, like, your jaw's on the floor for 6 years.
I feel like the only movies that aren't, like, complete mindfucks that Nolan's made is the Batman trilogy. Those aren't mindfucks.
They're just beautiful.
Yeah, they're just really well made. But all of his other movies are, like... Because Interstellar is just... And Inception's, like, probably one of the biggest mindfuck movies of all time.
Yeah.
Interstellar is a massive mindfuck. Interstellar is a beautiful movie, by the way.
Yeah, that's
like incredible.
That's top 5 for me all the time.
Yeah, so it has to be for most people. It's just beautiful.
People who hate on Interstellar, I'll never understand.
Yeah, I don't get it. It's a great movie.
Like, it's amazing. It's genuinely amazing.
Who else you got, director wise?
Have you seen?
You don't have to go with director.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Have you seen The Wolf of Wall Street?
I have not actually.
That should be the movie you literally watch this Sunday, in my opinion.
Do you think I should watch that next?
That movie is
mayhem. I've seen scenes.
It's one of just the best movies I've ever seen in my entire life.
The Wolf of Wall Street. Okay. Well, I obviously know what it is.
Yeah.
Because it was so big at the time.
Like, it's just so full of flat-out debauchery that it came out when I lived in Dubai, and it's a 3-hour movie, and they had to censor, like, 45 minutes of it because it's, like, a Muslim country, and there's some things you can't show in theaters.
They censored a full 45 minutes?
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, I've definitely got to get on Wolf of Wall Street. I have not watched it yet. But
I'm trying to think of, like, some more of my favorite movies of all time. Because Wolf of Wall Street's 100% up there.
Yeah, I've heard it's good. I've just never watched it.
Yeah, it's really great. They say there's an average for the 3 hours. There's an average of 3.16 fucks per minute, like the word fuck.
Per minute?
Per minute.
Like, for 3 hours?
Yeah, so, by the way, that's 569 fucks.
We're gonna get censored, Raza.
Oh, no. TOS.
Yeah, TOS. I don't know, I guess that'd be Anchor TOS. I don't know, we have a lot of TOSs to adhered by, because we're on so many platforms.
Not to flex or anything.
Well, we only promote a couple of them. We only promote, like, the really big ones, but still. But if you're listening, if you have a movie to recommend to me, I will consider it. I do keep in mind I do mainly use Netflix for right now. That might change in the future with, Disney Plus and Hulu and all that stuff. But as of right now, I use Netflix. So any Netflix movies, recommended. And if I watch them, I'll tell you I watched them, or I'll tell you I watched them.
Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is on Netflix.
Boy,
and that's another one of my favorite movies of all time. If you haven't seen it,
I have not.
Really? Damn!
No.
Oh my gosh, bro! Come on, step up your game.
What?
You got a lot. You only got so many Sundays left in this life, dude.
I got plenty, and trust me, with my Giants being terrible, this is not gonna change. I'm still gonna watch movies on Sundays. So
but like before 1:00.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe sometimes. I don't know. We'll see.
You're lucky Netflix has a good collection. A lot of the movies A lot of the movies I've mentioned are actually not on Netflix.
Great.
But
well, thank you.
But also I'm the type of guy to just pirate movies.
Bro.
What?
Why would you say that out loud?
Why not?
Roz, they're gonna come for you.
Oh yeah. Let them try.
Oh boy.
I will kick somebody's ass.
Bro, TOS.
Oh, I mean, I rent them on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I rent them on Redbox. Yeah, I go to my local video store. That totally exists.
Because it's 2002.
Yeah, I used to have a video store near my
we used to
house.
have a Blockbuster down the street.
No, we had a different one, but it wasn't Blockbuster. It was a video store. Oh, it's closed now. So I remember one time. I was such an asshole. I remember one time I had this game, and the disc stopped working, so I rented that game, and then when I turned it back in, I turned it in with the disc that didn't work anymore.
So elite. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, that was good stuff. I could tell that story now because the video store is closed. I don't know. I don't remember what the game was even. That's the sad part. I don't remember what game it was for.
It's pretty fucking elite.
Oh man, we're both gonna get arrested now, huh? That's crazy. Well,
I honestly don't think we're gonna get arrested.
You just alright, whatever. I won't. So, if you don't got anything else to say, I think we could start wrapping this up.
Yeah, those are all the things I wanted to mention in terms of like movies and stuff like that.
All right. Well, that was episode 6. We already did 6 of these, huh?
Yes, Ian.
I only did that to make Ian upset. So if you enjoyed, you could follow our pod on Twitter at ProPodShow. You can follow Raz at RazaU_. His tweet's kind of stinky though.
That's just not true.
You could follow me at ItsBriz, ITSBRIZZ.
You won't get any good tweets there, I'll tell you that.
Thank you, Raz. If you have any movies you wanna recommend my way, that's DM them or tweet them at me. I just said I won't repeat it. Also, I don't like doing this a lot, but I do want to say this Saturday, please check out IWH's 1-year anniversary episode because there's a lot of work is going to go into it, and it's going to be really nice. If it doesn't go out, I'm going to look super, like, if something messes up, I'm going to look so stupid, but I'm on good faith that it will be ready on the 17th. Definitely go check it out. That if you don't know what that is, that's my other show. I talk sports on that show. But other than that, I think we're all good. Have a great whatever time of day you're listening to this to.